The 2017 BMW 440i Gran Coupe. Now, this, in my opinion, is one of the best kept secrets in the current BMW lineup, but it's not a secret if you're already into BMWs. I'm Jay, and welcome to CarBuzz Unboxing Reviews, and I want to thank Nilo BMW, which is part of the Nilo company, for letting us come on down and film today. So, the BMW 440i Gran Coupe. What is a Gran Coupe? It is obviously not a traditional coupe with two doors. No, it is essentially a four-door coupe with that sexier rear design going. So it's not a total sedan, the total typical three-box design. But what's really cool about this, and you'll see this later on in the review, is the rear lift gate. I love that. It's sort of like the brand new Audi A5 and S5 Sportback. I already did an unboxing review of the S5 Sportback, and this 4 Series Gran Coupe is pretty much its direct competitor. And as many of you already know, the BMW 4 Series typically is the two-door and convertible version of the very famous 3 Series sedan. But BMW, for the 2014 model year, they created the 4 Series because they wanted to further differentiate between the coupe and the sedan 3 versus 4 Series. Very simple. It's pretty much what Audi is already doing. And then they came out for the 2015 model year, the Gran Coupe, the 4 Series Gran Coupe. Now, you also have to remember there is also the 6 Series Gran Coupe, which is essentially, well, a four-door version of the 6 Series Coupe, which is also based on the same platform as the 5 Series sedan. BMW has just done the same thing with the 3 Series. But the moment you step inside this, at least the dashboard looks exactly like the 3 and 4 Series sedan and coupe, and that's a very, very good thing. Now, this particular one has the ivory, white, and black Dakota leather that costs an extra $1,450. I'm going to be mentioning throughout the review all the extra features and just how much they cost. Like I always say, BMWs get expensive very, very fast. And this is also the 440i. It is not the base model. The base model is the 430i, and the difference is the engine. And I'll get to that later on as well. And I have to say, I really like this ivory, white, and black Dakota leather interior. It matches very, very well with the exterior, which is painted carbon black metallic, which that exterior paint alone, because it's a metallic one, costs an extra $700. But just look at the fine detailing done here. And I always say, when you're buying a luxury car like a BMW, yeah, you should expect a very high level of build quality, and you get it here. But take a look at this, the rear seat. Just like in the regular 3 Series sedan, there's not an awful lot of legroom. If you need more space, well, that's what the 5 Series is for, or the 6 Series Gran Coupe in this case. But the real secret to the 4 Series Gran Coupe, and you'll see that later, is this rear liftgate design, which just makes rear trunk accessibility awesome. Much better than a typical trunk. And if you like the dash design of the 3 Series, the 4 Series Coupe, it's exactly the same here. And I have to say, BMW has done a really nice job with this current generation of 3 and 4 Series dashboard designs. I've said this regarding other BMWs, is that I think their dashboards they have too many buttons on them, but I think the application of BMW design in this case, it's actually better. There are buttons, yes, but they're big and there's just fewer of them. Now, this particular 4 Series Gran Coupe also contains the M Sport package. You get that 3-spoke M steering wheel. That M Sport package costs $2,550. And what you're looking at here, this is the rotary dial that controls this, the iDrive, and we're up to iDrive 5.0. This is a 6.5-inch center screen. Now, iDrive 5.0 in the new 7 Series, which I also did an unboxing review of, that has something called hand gesture control, which it might be kind of gimmicky, but it does work. And in this case here, it does not have the hand gesture control, which I don't think is a very big deal. Obviously, BMW is saving that new technology for its flagship sedan, which makes complete sense. But what's nice is that you get iDrive 5.0, and yeah, this is a very good infotainment system. This one also comes with the optional navigation, and everything here, it works exactly the way it should. But just to compare the new Audi A4, S4 sedans, they have an even bigger main touch screen than this one does, and the quality of it is, in my opinion, even better. The design of this car actually goes back several years already. So the current 3 Series, 4 Series, all of them, they're starting to show their age pretty quickly. Now, as you see here, this dashboard, yeah, there's buttons, but I think the application here it's very good. It's simple. You have this dual zone automatic climate control. Now, what I found kind of weird is that there's no tri-zone automatic climate control in a luxury car like this. So the rear seat passengers just have a couple of regular vents. Now, other interior features you get are heated front seats. Actually, these cost extra $500. Standard Harman Kardon surround sound audio system with HD radio, 10-way power front sports seats with 4-way lumbar support, and a 2-way power glass moonroof, as well as ambient lighting. Now, this car is also equipped with the technology package for $2,750. What do you get with that? Well, as I already mentioned, navigation system, that's obviously extra. Head-up display, BMW Online and BMW apps, remote services, and connected app compatibility. And I like this, just the typical sunroof. It's not a panoramic sunroof, but that's just fine. The one problem I have with sunroofs, especially panoramic ones, they just add a considerable amount of weight. Now, one thing I did not like, and this is a common criticism I have for whether it's a Porsche or BMW, is that Apple CarPlay compatibility costs an extra $300 here, and yet it's standard in many Kias today. In fact, you got to pay an extra $500 for Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi hotspot in this car, and this one here is not equipped with it. And yet again, you're getting more mainstream base cars today that come standard with Apple CarPlay compatibility, as well as Android Auto, Wi-Fi hotspot, all standard. This car doesn't have it, so again, if anyone from BMW is listening, I think that is a very big mistake. Yeah, here's another sign of that car's age, that little driver information screen. It's very small compared to the Audi A4, S4. That entire instrument cluster, the gauge cluster, is an LCD screen where you can actually put an entire navigation map in there. As opposed to this, it's very traditional. It'll be very interesting to see the next generation 3 and 4 Series and what BMW does with that. And as far as the seats go, yeah, I found these extremely comfortable. Remember, BMW, it's the ultimate driving machine. The seats are very well bolstered, and they give the driver just the ideal seating position. You feel comfortable, and yeah, this car is all about driving and, well, simply enjoying doing that. So let's talk some safety here. Now, you get a lot of standard safety bits, including driver and passenger's front airbags, seat-mounted side impact airbags, knee airbags for the driver and front passenger. In fact, this car even comes with the optional $45 first aid kit, if that matters to you. Other standard bits are rain sensing windshield wipers, traction control, dynamic stability control with brake fade compensation, start off assistance, brake drying, four-wheel ventilated ABS disc brakes as well. Now, this one is also equipped with the driver assistant package for an extra $950. You get a rear view camera and park distance control. You also have the Driver Assistant Plus, which is an extra $1,700. You have active blind spot detection, active driving assistant, side and top view cameras as well. But see what I mean with this rear seat here? It's tight. Not a whole lot of leg room. Now, I would also like to see a tri-zone automatic climate control here, especially considering how expensive this car is. Just a couple of vents in the back just simply don't do it anymore. But here we go. Now, this right here is why I love the 4 Series Gran Coupe. Look at that rear liftgate design. You have a total of 15.7 cubic feet of trunk space, and with the rear seats, they split folding down 40 by 20 by 40 for a total of 45.9 cubic feet of storage space. That is an awful lot for essentially a sedan, and this was accomplished by, well, creating a liftgate as opposed to a traditional trunk. And this alone, I mean, at least for me personally, might be a deciding factor to go for the 4 Series Gran Coupe over the 3 Series sedan. Why? Look at this. That is just a great use of space. All right, so how does this drive? Well, you have several different driving modes. You have Eco Pro, Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus. Now, this one is also equipped with the track handling package for an extra $1,700. What does that get you? You have the M Sport brakes and variable sport steering. Now, just going back to this trunk, it's like, wow, 45.9 cubic feet of storage. It's great to have. All right, what do we got under the hood here? Well, again, this is the optional engine. It's a 3-liter turbocharged inline-six with 320 horsepower, 5,500 RPM, and 330 pound-feet of torque and 1,380 RPM. And the power goes to the rear wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission with wheel-mounted paddle shifters. And all-wheel drive, again, it's called xDrive, and BMW speed costs an extra $2,000. Now, this engine is actually new for 2017, and it's a bit more powerful than what you could get the past 2 model years, and I like it better, obviously. But let's give it a listen. Alright, performance, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds. Top speed, this is very typical with all BMWs today, is electronically limited to 155 miles per hour. Fuel economy, 21 miles per gallon in the city, 32 on the highway, and a combined 25. Vehicle here weighs just over 3,600 pounds, so it's not exactly feather light, but it's by no means extremely heavy. And take a look at this here, these black kidney grills. Yeah, those cost an extra $230. Not standard. Again, every little thing you want to tack on, more money. You have these 19-inch alloy orbit gray M Sport wheels, an extra $900 there. 18-inch wheels actually do come standard. You have xenon adaptive headlights with dynamic auto leveling, LED accent lights, front fog lights. And like I said, this particular 4 Series Gran Coupe is painted carbon black metallic, extra $700. But just to give you some basic trims of the 4 Series lineup, and this is the same whether or not it is the Coupe, the convertible, or like this, the Gran Coupe. You have the 430i, 430i xDrive. Again, xDrive is all-wheel drive. You have the 440i, which is this one right here, and the 440i xDrive. And yeah, I love it from this side profile. I really do like that the rear liftback design. I think it makes the 4 Series Gran Coupe look sexier, sleeker than the typical 3 Series sedan. So let's talk pricing here. Well, the 4 Series Gran Coupe, the base 430i model, has a base price $48,300. Now, this is the 440i, the upgraded model. It's not the xDrive, so you save $2,000 on that. With all the features I've been mentioning and the $995 destination fee, grand total for this is $63,220. And of course, it can get even more expensive than that. You have the cold weather package for $950, the lighting package, an extra $1,900, a carbon fiber rear spoiler if you want for $745, chrome exhaust tips for $300. I mean, look, I could go on and on. These BMWs get really expensive when you start tacking on those little features, as well as, Apple CarPlay compatibility for $300, which you shouldn't have to pay $300 for. So, what's some of the competition? Well, as I mentioned, you have the upcoming brand new Audi A5 and S5 Sportback, as well as more traditional luxury compact midsize sedans like the Mercedes-Benz C-Class, Cadillac ATS sedan. I would also like to toss in the Jaguar XE2. And if you're looking for something else that's German, and that four-door coupe design, and you're willing to sacrifice rear-wheel drive for front-wheel drive, I also highly recommend the Volkswagen CC. It's based on the previous generation Volkswagen Passat, and that costs quite a bit less. It starts at about $35,000, and it tops off in the low 40s. So think of the Volkswagen CC as maybe sort of the poor man's BMW 4 Series Gran Coupe. All right, so what do I like here? Well, it's the fact that it looks like a sedan because, well, it is, but it has that rear hatchback, which is just great for storage and accessibility, as well as there's a great engine under the hood here. It's, again, I love BMW turbocharged 3-liter inline-sixes. They're fantastic. This one is just buttery smooth, especially with the acceleration, and the interior quality is just outstanding. Now, what don't I like? Well, there is no manual transmission option in this car. It's just, you have the 8-speed, and that's it. It's a good transmission, but a manual would be a bit more fun. And there is no M4 Gran Coupe. That car just simply doesn't exist. You can get the M3, the M4 Coupe, the M4 Convertible, but there is no M4 Gran Coupe. And also, like all other BMWs, this car, it just gets expensive very fast. But overall, 2017 BMW 440i Gran Coupe, love it, gorgeous. If you have the money, I highly recommend it. But I'm out of time for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Any more questions for me? Leave them in the comment section below.